let's put you in the hot seat. Today, you're the new Chief Operating Officer at Opsense Industries. And this isn't just some theoretical case study. This is a crisis simulation. Opsense is literally drowning in its own success, and it's your job to build the playbook that's going to save the company. So let's get to work.
So let's start at the top. Opsense makes smart water meters, and they just had a massive year, closing FY24 with 520 crore in revenue. Now, this was fueled by a huge national infrastructure push. In the boardroom, a number like this gets you a round of applause. But for a COO, that number is a huge red flag. Because growth this fast, this explosive, it doesn't just happen, it breaks things.
And here it is. Here's the bill for all that growth. A 140% jump in customer complaints in just 9 months. Now, a rookie manager looks at this and thinks, oh, we have a customer service problem. No, a COO sees a systemic failure. This isn't just a symptom, this is the sound of a broken engine. This is our first clear signal that the entire operation is failing. So let's be crystal clear. The enemy here isn't growth. The enemy is uncontrolled growth. The data is telling us a very clear story. This operation has been stretched way beyond its limits, way beyond its design. The whole system is at a breaking point. So our first job is to get in there, conduct an autopsy, and find the exact points of failure. Now, have a look at this. This is where the story really gets told in the numbers. The average time to deliver an order, the lead time, has almost doubled, from 12 to 22 days. The defect rate has more than doubled, all the way up to 4.5%, and just look at that order backlog. It's absolutely ballooned to 42 crore. These aren't just small slips. This is hard quantitative proof that the system is failing. And this right here, this chart exposes the epicenter of the crisis. Our average plant utilization is at a very dangerous 92%. But the critical lines, the ones that are the real bottleneck for our entire output, are running at 98%. Let me be very clear about this. In operations, 98% utilization is not a good thing. It's a ticking time bomb. It means you have zero buffer, no room for error, no capacity to recover. This is ground zero for the entire problem. So to fix this, we have to stop thinking like siloed managers and start thinking like systems engineers. The problem isn't just one broken part. It's a compounding failure loop that's happening across 3 totally interconnected systems. Let's break each one down. And here's the insight you absolutely have to grasp. These systems aren't just failing in parallel, they are failing together. A breakdown in one system is actively making the others worse. It's a classic negative feedback loop, and believe me, it is getting faster and worse every single week. First up, System 1, the production flow itself. The big failure here? A 7.8% line downtime. Now, this isn't random bad luck. It is a direct result of running those lines at 98% capacity. When you push your machinery that hard without stable processes in place, it breaks down. It just does. And that kills your output. System 2, that's failing? It's your people. Technician attrition is at 18%. That means your most skilled, most experienced operators are walking out the door. Why? Because you're burning them out in a chaotic system. And this isn't an HR problem, it's an operations problem. It means nobody's following the standard operating procedures, the SOPs, which then destroys your quality and makes all those expensive robots you bought basically useless. And finally, we have the third system, the supply chain. The on-time delivery for our critical semiconductors has plummeted to just 76%. That means almost 1 in 4 shipments is late. This starves your already strained production lines of the parts they desperately need. And that, right there, completes the vicious cycle. You have a strained line run by an unstable workforce that's now sitting idle, waiting for parts. So, as you can imagine, this crisis has forced a huge strategic debate inside Opsense. And it's a classic conflict, one you see in almost every manufacturing company. Do you solve your problems with more technology or with better processes? On one side, you've got the production head. His argument is, let's invest in more automation, engineer the humans out of the equation, and get more output with machines. But on the other side, you've got the plant head, who's saying, whoa, hang on, let's pause all new tech and just stabilize our basic processes and train our people first. Both arguments sound pretty logical, right? But in this case, only one of them is correct, and the data will tell us exactly which one. And here it is. This slide is the smoking gun for the entire case. Just look at the trend over the last 3 quarters. Even though the factory has 40% automation, the monthly output is actually falling. At the same time, the defect rate has more than doubled, and the line downtime has almost doubled. This data proves, without a doubt, that the plant head is right. Adding more technology into this chaotic system is just making everything worse. Okay, the diagnosis is done. Now it's time to shift from being an analyst to being an operator. Our job now is to answer the core questions from this case and build a decisive, data-backed plan of action.
So, first question. We're in the emergency room here. We need to focus on immediate stabilization. What are the top 3 biggest fires we need to put out? And what can we do in the next 90 days to stop the bleeding?
To prioritize, you always attack the biggest constraints first. Our analysis points to 3 clear ones. Number 1, that 7.8% line downtime. Number 2, the poor SOP adherence, which we know is driven by high attrition. And number 3, a hidden bottleneck the data revealed, a 12% false positive rate from the new AI quality system, which is creating a ton of unnecessary rework. So our 90-day plan isn't about new tech. It is a focused assault on these 3 areas through process standardization and intensive technician training, period.
Which brings us right back to that big internal debate. So as the COO, what's your call? Are you going to invest in more shiny technology? Or are you going to fix the foundation of the house first?
Look, the answer here is definitive, and it's really not up for debate. You stabilize first. The data from that monthly performance trend is all the proof you need. Automating a broken process doesn't fix it. It just helps you make mistakes faster and more expensively. You have to earn the right to automate, and that starts with process maturity.
All right, let's zoom out from the factory floor for a minute and tackle the supply chain. We have a single point of failure for our most critical component. How do we build real resilience for the future?
While building our own in-house capability is way too slow and expensive. And just buying more inventory, that's a short-term patch, not a long-term solution. The most pragmatic and effective strategy for the next 24 months is to develop a dual vendor strategy. It immediately cuts our single supplier risk, it creates price competition, and it gives us the scalability we're going to need for future growth.
Okay, so let's pull all of this analysis together into one actionable, long-term plan. This is the blueprint that you, as the new CEO, would walk into the boardroom with to turn Opsense around and get it ready for sustainable growth.
The blueprint is a simple, logical 3-phase approach. Phase 1, the first 6 months, is all about stabilize and control. We fix the SOPs, we train our people, we get quality back in line. Only after that, in Phase 2, do we move to optimize and strengthen. That's where we improve supplier performance and fine-tune the automation we already have. And finally, in Phase 3, we get to scale and automate, investing in new tech, but this time on a rock-solid operational foundation.
And how will we know if this plan is working? Well, as COO, you're going to run the business on a handful of critical KPIs. We will be absolutely obsessed with on-time delivery, with getting the defect rate down to parts per million, with driving down the per-unit operating cost, and, critically, with lowering that technician attrition rate. These are the numbers that will tell us the truth. And that brings us to the ultimate lesson from the Opsense case. It's a fundamental principle of operations strategy and one that every leader needs to burn into their brain. You cannot scale chaos. First, you have to do the hard, unglamorous work of stabilizing the system, your processes, your people, your supply chain. Only then have you earned the right to grow.